have a ding-dong. Bernard Madoff, you need to redeem yourself, and you can by following through on these resolutions. Reverse global warming, cure cancer, then capture Osama bin Laden. That should take you through March, then come back for more. Thank you for making me your resolution consultant. For anyone else in need of a goal, you can find me on the mat training for 2010. Feliz Año Nuevo.
Thanks for joining us this half hour. This is CBS News Up to the Minute.
CBS News, experience you can trust.
Playoff fever. The Finns face the Ravens Sunday at 1 on CBS 4.
Hitting Hamas. Israel presses its airstrikes in Gaza one day after taking out a top Hamas leader and his family. Vacation's over. The president-elect and his family leave Hawaii bound for a new life in the White House. And saving steel. The U.S. steel industry wants a $1 trillion Buy American public works plan. This is the CBS Morning News for Friday, January 2nd, 2009.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us. I'm Michelle Gielan. We begin with Gaza this morning. This is the 7th day of Israel's air campaign, but its military is not resting. Israeli aircraft struck Hamas targets again today, one day after successfully targeting a top Hamas leader. And Israel says its ground forces are now ready to roll. Let's get more from Joel Brown in Washington. Good morning, Joel.
Michelle, good morning to you. Israeli troops not just ready to invade, but reportedly eager to enter the fight, which in 7 days has only intensified. Israeli forces are picking up right where they left off. Bombs pounded the homes of 15 Hamas leaders this morning.
The only way to see a change in the region is to help the moderates, but simultaneously to attack and to keep the pressure on the extremists like Hamas.
The fresh dose of strikes comes just one day after Israeli jets dropped a 1-ton bomb on the home of a top Hamas official, instantly killing him and 18 others. It was the Jewish state's first deadly blow against the major ranks of the Islamist group since the fighting began. The Palestinian government and the rest of the world desperately want a ceasefire, but Israel says that won't happen unless the militant rocket attacks stop and international monitors are brought in. This 7-day air offensive has pushed the death toll to past 400, with at least 34 children killed. Daily strikes have ripped hundreds of homes to shreds. Hamas's food, fuel, and medical supplies are running short, but Israel claims the militants are to blame.
The storages, the warehouses inside the Gaza Strip are filled with food, which Hamas is not distributing to its civilians.
With no ceasefire in sight, Israel began letting foreigners leave Gaza this morning, possibly getting ready for a ground offensive. The Israeli military says its preparations for a ground assault are now complete, and troops are ready to invade as soon as they get the order. The senior Hamas leader that was killed is Nizar Ryan. His own son was a suicide bomber, and the Israelis suspect that he was using his home to store weapons and smuggle Hamas operatives. Michelle.
All right, Joel Brown in Washington. Joel, thanks. Authorities in Pakistan say at least 3 Islamic militants were killed today by missiles apparently fired by an American drone aircraft. It was the second such attack in as many days in the Pakistani tribal area of South Waziristan along the Afghan border. In Iraq, the government plans to declare January 1st a national holiday to mark the restoration of Iraqi sovereignty. This follows a ceremony yesterday where Iraq took control of the fortified Green Zone in Baghdad from the U.S. military. President-elect Barack Obama and his family are back in Chicago this morning. They left Hawaii after a 12-day vacation. It'll be their last one for quite a while. On Sunday, it's on to Washington, where the girls face the challenge of a new school, while their dad gears up for the biggest challenge of all. Here's Ben Tracy.
As Barack Obama trades the white sands of Hawaii for the White House, vacation is definitely over.
You have to look at the United States as a dam that's leaking, and it's not going to do good just to stick a finger in one hole. You're going to have to plug them all up quickly.
First, the economy and how to get it moving again. The president-elect wants a stimulus plan on his desk by Inauguration Day that could top $750 billion. The challenge will be getting a stimulus passed in Congress without billions in pork spending, while addressing what caused the recession in the first place.
The broken banks, their inability to make credit, the trade deficit with China, and our massive oil imports.
With 8 million more foreclosures expected in the next 4 years, Obama must also decide how to help homeowners. Only 357 have applied for help from Congress's latest program. Also, U.S. automakers could be out of cash again by March. The president-elect will need to decide whether to let them go bankrupt or provide more government money.
If he gives them too much, if he doesn't permit the automakers to renegotiate effectively with the unions, then a lot of distressed industries will be lining up. And before you know it, it'll be the home builders and everyone else.
Then the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. Casualties in 2008 were the lowest since the Iraq War began in 2003. Our troops now operate under Iraqi control, and Mr. Obama has promised to withdraw our forces from Iraq within 16 months, planning to redeploy more troops to Afghanistan.
When you withdraw from an area, it's the toughest part of any military operation. To withdraw properly, protecting your people, protecting your equipment, turning over facilities, property.
But as the continued fighting in Gaza this week shows, there will be other conflicts. While pundits say he named a team of rivals, some say given the challenges ahead, Obama needed to.
The Obama team says a big reason Hillary Clinton is Secretary of State is that she's a force multiplier. While he's dealing with the economy and Congress at home, she can be representing him on the world stage.
Do you want ice cream in it or not?
Here in Hawaii, the Obamas have kept a low profile during their vacation. That's a luxury the soon-to-be president won't be able to afford for much longer. Ben Tracy, CBS News, Honolulu.
On the CBS News Money Watch, some Asian markets post gains, and the American steel industry goes with hat in hand to Washington. Claire Lake is in New York with more. Good morning, Claire.
Good morning to you, Michelle. Asian markets kicked off 2009 with gains. Japan and Shanghai were closed for the holiday. Hong Kong stocks rallied more than 4.5%, though, while South Korea's Kospi added 3%. On Wall Street, investors are hoping to put last year's dismal showing behind them. It was the worst year for stocks since the Great Depression. The Dow finished 2008 down 34%. The broader market S&P 500 did even worse, losing 39%. But it's the first trading day of the year, and some analysts say the stock market has nowhere to go but up. Now, the steel industry wants a massive bailout from the government. Steel production is in collapse, which doesn't bode well for the economy as a whole. Steel goes into nearly everything made in America, from homes and office buildings to cars and appliances. As construction and manufacturing wound down in September, so did the output of steel, plunging 50%. The industry is now waiting for President-elect Obama's stimulus program up to $1 trillion over 2 years to jolt it out of its slump. And could Americans be saving more? Retailers are reporting that piggy banks flew off store shelves over the holidays. Recession-wary Americans are embracing the virtues of thrift. U.S. savings levels have surged in recent months as households adjust to a year-long recession and the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression. Michelle?
Claire, investors are getting some important economic news today on this first day of trading in 2009. What's expected?
Yeah, that's right. Economists are predicting, Michelle, manufacturing in the U.S. probably contracted in December at the fastest pace in almost 3 decades as the recession deepened and spread overseas. Michelle?
All right, Claire Lake here in New York. Claire, thanks. Now to the wild weather in the West. After dealing with the avalanche threat, highway officials in Washington state have reopened Interstate 90 through the Snoqualmie Pass in the snowy Cascades. The pass had been shut down along with 2 other key mountain routes, but more snow is on the way. And almost 1,000 miles south in parts of Los Angeles, the problem is dense fog. The second straight foggy night there made travel dangerous. In Wisconsin, 12 fishermen were rescued from a huge piece of ice that drifted into Green Bay. Police and the Coast Guard crews reached the group after the ice broke away from the shore. No one was reported hurt. Just ahead on the morning news, a controversial Senate pick prepares for rejection, and a belated New Year's celebration for a Colorado town threatened by a bomb scare. First, Katie Kirk has a preview of tonight's CBS Evening News.
Steve Hartman brings us a heartwarming story about a truly odd couple. How did a gigantic elephant and a scrappy dog become best friends? You don't want to miss this Assignment America tonight on the CBS Evening News.
My fibromyalgia muscle pain wasn't something you could see, but I felt it all over. Some days I had to push myself to leave the house and do everyday things. Then my doctor told me about prescription Lyrica. It's not an antidepressant. Lyrica is FDA approved for fibromyalgia. And clinical studies have shown that Lyrica can help reduce the unique pain of fibromyalgia and improve function. So now I have less pain, and I can do more during my day. Lyrica is not for everyone. Tell your doctor about any serious allergic reaction that causes swelling or affects breathing or skin or changes in eyesight, including blurry vision or muscle pain with fever or tired feeling. Some of the most common side effects of Lyrica are dizziness, sleepiness, weight gain, and swelling of hands and feet. Do not drink alcohol while taking Lyrica. You should not drive or operate machinery until you know how Lyrica affects you. Help for fibromyalgia pain can start here. Ask your doctor about Lyrica.
Watch this. Hey, Sling Dog! Yo!
Looking for a quick lunch?
How about Chili's? Welcome to Chili's.
Pepper in a quick break with Chili's Bottomless Express Lunch. Dig into our famous house-made chips and salsa. Enjoy our hot, tasty soups like chicken enchilada and choice of Caesar or house salad with unlimited refills. When you're starved for time, it's the perfect meal. Chili's, pepper in some express lunch, pepper in some fun.
Halls. Keep going anytime with a deep breath of fresh air.
When cough and sneeze season arrives, bolster your immune system with the vitamin C that provides 24-hour immune protection. That's 24-hour immune protection. S2C, the better vitamin C.
U.S. Senate designee Roland Burris says he won't make a scene if he's not sworn in next week. Embattled Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich appointed Burris to take over the seat vacated by President-elect Obama. Burris says he'll be in Washington next week when the Senate reconvenes. Senate leaders say they will block him from taking office. New Year's Eve celebrations were a day late in Aspen, Colorado. A fireworks display was held last night after a bomb scare forced the evacuation of most of the city's downtown area on New Year's Eve. Police say the man suspected of planting 4 bombs has been found dead. Manuel Gallegos reports.
72-year-old James Blanning walked into 2 Aspen banks Wednesday afternoon carrying gift-wrapped gasoline bombs. Aspen investigators say there were notes attached threatening mass death and a demand for $60,000.
The devices were plastic bladders containing gasoline. The bomb technicians estimated them, each one to be about 5 gallons of gasoline. There were what appeared to be cell phones attached to those.
2 more gift-wrapped bombs were found in clear plastic boxes on a sled in a downtown alley. As the bomb squad disabled the devices, 16 blocks of the resort town were evacuated, putting a damper on New Year's Eve. Bars and restaurants were forced to close and residents weren't allowed to return until 5 a.m.
It ended nicely, you know, without being catastrophic or anything like that.
Police say Blanning, who grew up in Aspen, had many run-ins with local law enforcement over the years.
Any indication he was mentally ill?
Yeah, I think that's a safe assumption.
Reports say Blanning was distraught that his hometown had become a playground for the rich. Before Blanning could be arrested, he was found dead in his car New Year's Day in a rural area east of downtown. Police say he died from a self-inflicted gunshot. Manuel Gallegos, CBS News.
Investigators believe fireworks brought in by guests may have sparked last night's deadly nightclub fire in Bangkok. Relatives of the victims returned to the scene today to mourn the 61 people killed in the fire. 200 people were injured. Police say the club was operating without a license. Cubans marked the 50th anniversary of their revolution without their former ailing president, Fidel Castro. His brother and current president, Raul, presided over yesterday's celebrations. He predicted the revolution would last another 50 years. Straight ahead, your Friday morning weather, and in sports, different sport, but the usual result at a historic ballpark.
Take me out. Attention, diabetics with Medicare.
If you're a diabetic, I have news that could change your life. USA Medical has a new and nearly pain-free way to test your blood glucose. No more painful finger pricks. This new meter allows you to test on your arm or your palm, and it's virtually pain-free. But that's not all. It talks.
Your blood glucose reading is 97.
Seeing and hearing your reading helps confirm accuracy. Best of all, USA Medical will send you one.
I made the call. USA Medical handled everything. The meter and my testing supplies showed up at the front door. Couldn't be easier.
With USA Medical, you can get all your diabetic supplies delivered to your door. They pay shipping, they work with Medicare and your doctors, and they handle the paperwork.
I don't test on my fingers anymore. I use my arm, and I can barely feel it. And I love how this meter talks to me.
Your blood glucose reading is 103.
Change the way you test. Call USA Medical.
Nothing melts away the cold like a delicious hot bowl of Campbell's chicken noodle soup.
Let it snow, let it snow.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Would you like to be a Publishers Clearinghouse winner tomorrow?
This is mine?
You can if you go to PCH.com right now. Enter today, win tomorrow.
It's not impossible, it's possible!
You can even win $5,000 a week for life.
Here's a look at the weather in some cities around the country. New York's scattered flurries, 36 degrees. Miami, 77. Chicago, sunny, 37 degrees. Denver, 46. Los Angeles, 59. And time now for a check on the national forecast. A mix of valley rain and mountain snow will spread across the northwest, while the northern plains can expect some snow tonight. The Midwest and deep south will be dry, while periods of light snow dust the northeast. In sports, everything came up roses for USC. Mark Sanchez passed for 413 yards and 4 touchdowns as the Trojans ran up a 24-point halftime lead. The 5th-ranked Trojans beat number 6 Penn State Nittany Lions 38-24 in the Rose Bowl. 16th-ranked Georgia waited until the second half to get going. Bulldogs quarterback Matthew Stafford threw all 3 of his touchdown passes after halftime. Stafford was named the game's MVP as Georgia beat number 19 Michigan State 24-12 in the Capital One Bowl. Nebraska's Joe Gans threw for 2 touchdowns in the Gator Bowl, and the team scored on every possession in the third quarter. But Alex Henry's field goals put the Cornhuskers ahead for good, and Nebraska held the Clemson Tigers 26-21. And Iowa running back Sean Green ran for 121 yards and 3 touchdowns in the Outback Bowl as the Hawkeyes beat South Carolina 31-10. Then Green announced he'll skip his senior season to enter the NFL draft. In NHL hockey, it was take me out to the ice rink. Chicago and Detroit played before nearly 41,000 fans outdoors at Wrigley Field. And as is often the case at Wrigley, the visitors rallied late in the game to disappoint the Chicago fans. The Red Wings beat the Blackhawks 6-4. Cubbies fans are used to it. All right, when we return, another look at this morning's top stories and surprising results when the danger of secondhand smoke is snuffed out in public places.
Nice work on the front ones. Those are your bread and butter, the money teeth. Now work in between and towards the back. Harder, right? How about the back of the backs? You see, your toothbrush wasn't made for your mouth. Until now. Introducing Reach Ultra Clean. It's got an angled neck just like a dental instrument, and is clinically proven to remove more plaque from places that are hard to reach than the leading toothbrush, making the hard to reach easy to reach. Reach, that's our angle. Discover Reach toothbrushes at Walgreens.
Vaseline came to Kodiak, Alaska, and asked me to try their prescription strength clinical therapy moisturizer. If I liked it, I could prescribe it to anybody who I thought may need it. I heard about it from Heddle.
I prescribed it to my fellow drivers.
My daughter, my husband.
My wife's using it now.
I recommended about 20 people.
It's prescription strength. They were really scaly before and rough, so.
We all have the same skin issues. We're all in the same boat. If it didn't work, I wouldn't do this.
New Vaseline Clinical Therapy.
when it comes to watching out for you. What has CBS 4 News been up to lately?
An investigation into your child's safety.
We've made it easy for you to investigate any licensed daycare here in South Florida.
A night-team investigation into nail salons.
It's a story that might help you better protect yourself.
A safety alert.
Serious security breaches remain in America's aviation system.
A 7-minute, really easy test that could save your life.
We're here to help you live better in South Florida. CBS 4 News.
Next rage.
Ugly Betty's quite a hottie.
Did the gorgeous America Ferrera have an ugly Betty moment backstage at the Emmys?
I was like, oh my gosh, I'm naked under
Bet you know she can act, but can she cook?
You could totally do this, right? Mm-hmm.
Plus, she's dressed Anne, Kate, even Cameron. Now stylist Rachel Zoe hooks up our viewers with 3 celeb looks at bargain prices.
This entire look, $79.
Next rage.
Today at 9 on CBS 4.
On the CBS Morning News, here's a look at today's weather. More rain and mountain snow are in store for the Northwest, with the northern plains turning snowy tonight. The Midwest will be dry, while a scattering of flurries will dust the Northeast. Here's another look at this morning's top stories. After killing a top Hamas leader with a single bomb yesterday, Israel is pressing ahead with its air campaign in Gaza. Israeli airstrikes struck at least 15 more Hamas targets today. And it's goodbye paradise, hello winter for President-elect Obama and his family. They flew from Hawaii to Chicago this morning and will move on to Washington on Sunday. Snuffing out smoking in restaurants and bars can be an unpopular move to many patrons, but new data indicates people's health dramatically improves when a smoking ban is enforced. Mark Strassman reports.
Clear the air in public places, and a new CDC study says heart attacks will drop dramatically for people who don't smoke. Researchers focused on residents in Pueblo, Colorado. In 2003, the city banned smoking in all bars, restaurants, and indoor workplaces. In hospitals there, heart attack admissions plunged 41% over the next 3 years. That 3-year study is the longest ever done on the effects of secondhand smoke.
It really is dangerous that even brief exposures, like eating a meal in a restaurant that allows smoking, can cause a heart attack.
That's why in 2003, Mayor Michael Bloomberg drove smokers out of New York City's public places.
You don't have a right to hurt others.
Many smokers were furious.
You don't want to go to a place that has smoking, go to a different restaurant or bar.
Not just New York or Pueblo, but 15 states and 330 municipalities across America now have 100% smoking bans in public places.
Like the air in the bar, the health benefits are now more clear. This new study suggests secondhand smoke was even more of a threat than most people suspected.
We probably have been underestimating the population effect.
It's estimated 46,000 non-smokers die every year from heart disease related to secondhand smoke. But because of this new research, the CDC now believes that number could be far higher. Mark Strassman, CBS News, Atlanta.
The architect of a program that's helped tens of millions of Americans go to college has died. Former Rhode Island Senator Claiborne Pell died yesterday after a long battle with Parkinson's disease. Pell served in the Senate for 36 years. He's best known for the college grant program that bears his name. He was 90 years old. Bone-chilling temperatures mean just one thing to some people: beach weather. Thousands of people took part in a New Year's dip in frigid Lake Michigan. Boston's L Street Brownies plunged into very cold Boston Harbor, and the 46-degree water was just fine for these New York polar bears. Just ahead in the early show, a look at challenges facing President-elect Obama. I'm Michelle Gielan, and this is the CBS Morning News.
Amazing holidays. I had the whole family.
Looks like you were busy.
I shopped, I cooked, I ate. And now I'm a little irregular.
Don't you eat Activia?
Nah, it's just me.
Well, then it's time for a new you. Take the Activia Challenge.
Activia eaten daily is clinically proven to help regulate your digestive system in 2 weeks.
Get ready for a new you. Take the Activia New You Challenge now. It works or it's free. Activia.
I love softball. I live for it. I want to play with reckless abandon. Yeah, I want to play like I'm 18. When I play sports like this, I have pain. I hurt all over. To deal with the pain, I take a leave. It allows me to play 3 games a day and not hurt. If I didn't have a leave to help me with the pain, I'd be sitting on the sidelines. My name is Mark Hamby, and I'll never stop playing softball.
Buy half a mattress. 2 sides are always better than one. Celebrate with the American spirit from Englander. Made in America, exclusively at Bedding Barn. Take it home with you or same-day delivery available. Buy at a Bedding Barn near you.
In Florida, Davie, Tamarack, Deerfield Beach, Boynton Beach, and West Palm Beach.
I stopped from watching this.
I got a meeting.
Say goodbye to the stigma of smoking.
Florida Quit Line, can I help you?
Yes. Be free. Quit today at 877-YOU-CAN-NOW or FloridaQuitline.com.
Bedding Barn has the largest selection of the world-famous Tempur-Pedic at the guaranteed lowest discount prices. You gotta feel it to believe it. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
In Florida, Davie, Tamarack, Deerfield Beach, Boynton Beach, and West Palm Beach.
A British couple is celebrating the birth of their second set of twins. The infant girls look as different as night and day, or as their mother and father. Karen Brown reports.
A British couple has defied the odds again, giving birth to a second set of black and white twin girls.
I'm as blown away as the rest of them, you know. There's no easy way to explain it all. I think I'm still in shock myself, even though the first ones were 7 years ago, you know. It's amazing, but say you just love them the same.
7 years ago, Alison Spooner and Dean Durant welcomed daughters Lauren, who takes after her mother, and Haley, who takes after her father. When the couple announced earlier this year that they were having another set of twins, they didn't think lightning would strike twice.
I honestly didn't think that it would happen again. I thought that we'd have two the same. Well, I didn't think I'd have twins again for a start.
This time, baby Maya has her father's dark skin, while Leah looks like her mother. Doctors say the phenomenon is so rare that there are no statistics to illustrate the probability of it happening.
Even non-identical twins aren't that common. Non-identical twins from mixed parents of different races, less common still. To have 2 eggs fertilised and come out different colours, less common still. So to have it happen twice must be 1 in millions.
The twins were born premature last month, but the family is all home now, looking forward to a happy, healthy new year ×2. Karen Brown, CBS News, New York.
Pretty girls. All right, that's the CBS Morning News for this Friday. Thank you for being here with us. We hope to see you later for the early show. I'm Michelle Gielan. Have a great weekend.
For news 24 hours a day, log on to cbsnews.com.
CBS News is very good news.
A lot happens early. Coming up, ready to make your weight loss goals a reality? We've got this year's strategies for success coming up on The Early Show.
One of the NFL's toughest defenses battles one of the hottest teams. Ravens and Dolphins in a wild AFC wildcard game. Sunday on CBS.
A beautiful doctor, a computer genius, the KGB, and murdered. Saturday.
Good morning, South Florida. I'm Jim Barry. Cynthia Demas again has the day off. Here's what's making news right now. A man shot by police who's now recovering in the hospital. We're live at the scene with why police say they were forced to shoot him. From bowl games to Dolphin playoff fever, find out how South Florida is cashing in on a football frenzy.
Good Friday morning. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm meteorologist Craig Setzer. Our weather is looking pretty nice. Is it going to get better for the weekend? I'll let you know coming up.
Plus, they are the stories that made 2008 a year we'll never forget. A look back at the national headlines that kept our attention. And meet the first babies born in South Florida in 2009. Welcome to the world, young guys. CBS 4 News This Morning starts right now.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
The time now is 5 a.m. on Friday, January 2nd. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jim Barry, meteorologist Craig Setzer, in again once more for Lisette Gonzalez. And so far, Craig, you're 2 for 2 with these weather forecasts in 09.
For 09, yeah, we're doing pretty well. Huh? Let's maybe we'll just end the record here. Anyway, our morning is looking pretty good. High pressure sitting off the East Coast. It's giving us a mild breeze. So especially coastal Broward, the wind blowing a bit this morning, but going to be a pretty nice day, maybe just a stray shower coming in on that breeze. In terms of temperatures right now, everybody is in the 60s, exception Fort Lauderdale at the airport there. It's 70 degrees thanks to that strong onshore flow. Wind speeds, you can see, they're in the 12 to 15 mile an hour range coastal Broward. Everybody else enjoying lighter winds, and the winds are actually going to drop off as we go through the day. There are a few clouds coming in on those breezes and some showers right now in the Keys. That's where we'll see our best bet for any precipitation today. Sun and spots this morning, 77, a pleasant breeze this afternoon, very nice tonight. More on the weekend forecast in just a bit. Right now, though, here is our first look at traffic with, oh yeah, you know her, you love her, Christina Loren.
Too good to me, Craig Setzer. Good morning to you, South Florida. A couple things to point out before you hit the highway. We have a crash working in Dade and one up in Broward. In Dade County, you're going to find a crash on 75 southbound, and it looks like that's just before the Palmetto. We have a crash working right now in Broward County as well, I-95, and this is at Atlantic Boulevard. 2 lanes blocked here. Traffic, though, still so light. You don't have to worry about